time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. Got him with a left hook. Nice counter shot. He threw a punch and just got countered. These punches coming from every angle. Considering we're outside in this sold-out arena, it almost feels like the Roman Colosseum and two gladiators going at it.
Todd, this is something you could never, ever get used to. How many gyms are built outside? How many times do we train, spar, and everything outside? Now you're having a fight outside.
Oh, my God, Johnny! Caleb Plant just got clipped. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Well done with that counter shot. Why would they try something that's obviously illegal? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Plant in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally. On to the second round. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. It's all offense all the time. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges, Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. A perfect counter lands. This is one of the best rounds I've seen this year. Catch and shoot. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Plant in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Counter punching. When you're training to fight a swarmer, you've got to focus on your conditioning because they will push you to the edge of your limits.
You are fighting the swarmer. Be smart, be sharp, concentrate, but you've got to be confident. Do not dance his dance, because that swarmer, once you do that, you're giving a man a chance that shouldn't have one.
Well done with that counter shot. Do you believe this? The perfect counter lands. Nice counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Beautiful counter punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about planting that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bell, ring.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Tried to score with the uppercut. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. The perfect counter lands. Caleb Plant is hurt. Didn't wait long to get back in and get engaged.
Got caught sleeping on the job.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Grant is in some serious trouble here. Didn't wait too long to get back and get engaged.
What recovery skills.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? Caleb Plant just got clipped. No, we don't see a knockdown.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Well done with that counter shot. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Caleb Plant is hurt. Let's talk about Plant in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knock. Here we go in round 5. Who's gonna land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Catch and shoot. Beautiful counter shot. Do you believe what we're seeing? You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. How about that time counter shot? This fight has a hold it right there. Plant is in some serious trouble here. I thought that was the end, but here we go again. Back into the fire.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter shot. They have no respect for each other's punching power. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about planting that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round. Here's the bell to start round 6. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch, counter punch. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
The middleweights are the best you can ever.
Whoa, Johnny! And this is not the way Munguía thought this fight was going to go. Looks like they've shaken it off.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Can't find a home with that jab. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he scores with the counter. That hook doesn't score. Punch, counter punch. Hey, look, Plant just got clipped. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about planting that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned? Here comes round 7. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Caleb Plant is hurt. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to... Whoa, wait a minute! Plant is in some serious trouble here. And now they're right back into the fray.
Step back, compose yourself, compose the pace, then move, then step it up a little bit. Because if you're getting caught like that beginning, you get caught a lot more at the end.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Caleb Plant just got clipped. I thought we were going, and you knew this was coming. They're going to take a knee.
Best thing the fighter did, otherwise, you know what? Pride's going to get you knocked out.
7, 8.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about planting that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. And there's the bell for round 8. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
The straight right just misses. Good idea, but misses with the left hook. Those counter punches have to hurt. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to the... Whoa, wait a minute! Caleb Plant is hurt. Disaster averted.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself,
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Grant is in some serious trouble here. And it appears he takes a knee, buys time, collects himself.
Absolutely gassed out, didn't know what to do, and hurt on top of that.
Good defense there on the left uppercut. How about that time counter shot? And Jaime Munguía just got rocked. Let's talk about planting that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
The bell, sometimes it can be the...
And we enter the ninth. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
The perfect counter lands. Swing and a miss with the hook. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Defense is not an option for these two. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. The absolute...
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a... Down goes Caleb Plant. And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
One, two, three, four, five. Come to me.
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Look at his...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Caleb Plant is hurt. Total domination with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Plant in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet. And there's the bell for round 10. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Missing with the left hook. Only catching air with that hook. Beautiful counter punch. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
And he wasn't. Man is in some serious trouble here. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least, and Plant is down. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9, 10. You're out.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.